Destro's a pretty big fan of armed combat, so today we're going to deal with some gunfighting in today's game, Showdown in 2100 AD. Check out this box art. It is glorious. But what about the game? Let's go ahead and take Showdown in 2100 AD. Let's pop it in my Odyssey 2 and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Showdown in 2100 AD was published by Magnavox and carries a copyright year of 1979. In Europe, the game was released under the name Gunfighter. It was programmed by Ed Everett, who programmed over half of the Odyssey 2's library for Magnavox. The back of the box says the following: swaggering robot gunfighters duel under a future sun in this electronic recreation of the classic adult western. The scene changes after every shootout so that every combat offers a new challenge. 3 levels of action. You could try to outdraw other players. You could try to outshoot the computer. You could even sit back and watch extremely realistic computer-controlled androids fight it out between themselves. Full sync sound action, digital scoring. Showdown in 2100 AD is a one-on-one single-screen cowboy gunfighting game for 1 or 2 players with 1 standard mode of difficulty. It most likely took inspiration from the 1975 Midway arcade game Gunfight, which was based on the 1975 Taito Japanese arcade game Western Gun. When you start the game, moving either controller will activate either the red or blue player for human control. If a controller is not activated, it will eventually turn into a black or white computer-controlled player. So you can have a 2-player game, or a single player can control either side facing the computer, depending on which joystick the single player uses, or you can actually watch the computer play itself. It takes a while for the computer to activate a player, so if you need an edge, you could probably get the first kill in before the computer takes control. Or you can even briefly move the opposing joystick if you just want some target practice. For the controls, you can move your man with the joystick and fire a bullet either straight to the left or right depending on which way you are facing with the button. It takes a moment for your bullet to fire after you press the button, so you'll need to keep that in mind. The trees in the game are truly special. Despite their small stature, they actually reflect bullets. Not only that, touching trees can sometimes refill your bullets, which are shown on the bottom of the screen. A gunfighter gets a point when their opponent is shot, even if the opponent accidentally shoots themselves by a reflected bullet, which can happen a lot. After one gunfighter is knocked down, there is a short period of time when the other gunfighter can still be knocked down, either by their opponent's bullet if it's still in the air, or by their own reflected bullet. Comically, you could shoot your downed opponent, but no extra points are given. The first player to 10 wins, and games can end in a 10-10 tie. Graphically speaking, the cowboys look really good for a 1970s game, and even have a nice animation of spinning and falling down when shot. The sounds are basic, but again good for their time, as are the short musical ditties. Family-friendly wise, the game has simple gun violence and would most likely get an E for everyone or an E10 and up rating if released today. Currently at PriceCharting.com, the game has a value of $11 loose, $14 complete, and $28 new. So what did I think of Showdown in 2100 AD? While it's no masterpiece, this was a surprisingly fun game. After the downer that was the one-player version of War of Nerves, I was expecting a similar experience of the computer not being challenging, leading to a lackluster opponent. And while the computer did shoot itself plenty with reflected shots, I actually found it to be entertaining and at times challenging for an opponent. I will say it took me a little while to get used to the controls, since I wanted to shoot diagonally, which you cannot do, but they were still overall easy to learn. I could also see this being enjoyable as a 2-player game, and even the computer versus computer games can be full of brisk action. The fact that a full game to 10 can be played in a quick 2 to 3 minutes is also a plus in my books, as is the random tree placement. Overall, I can easily recommend this game to anyone building an Odyssey 2 library. So where am I going to rank Showdown in 2100 AD? It's going to compete with Cosmic Conflict for the 11th spot. And while I do like Cosmic Conflict, I like the action more in Showdown. So out of the 24 games that now rank for the Odyssey 2, Showdown in 2100 AD is drawing in the 11th position. Showdown in 2100 AD is a solid cowboy-style game from the 70s. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy videos such as this one and want to support my work, please click on like and subscribe, drop a comment below, and for mega supporters, either become a channel member or sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day. I look forward to see you next time in the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and watch out for robot cowboys when traveling through areas of small trees.